Alright Lisa, I'm going to do you a little walkthrough. Hopefully it'll load fast. I'm going to try to make them short. That's the rat room bathroom. I wanted to get one from the beginning, but I've already pulled the floor off that was over the other floor, and I've got the joist hangers done. So this is the before picture of the ratty bathroom. Alright, I'm going to run through this fast because AOL doesn't want to take much video content, especially from the more high definition cameras. But this motherfucker's hardcore. There's ties everywhere. Badass. Do this in two parts so I don't have to rush it as much as that other one, because I'm about to close it up so you can see what's going on. This is at the 4 foot starting from that wall, so it can run along with the studs. But for this foyer I started on 4 foot from that other wall, so 8 foot would take it all the way across there. I figured that should be one piece, and then there's just a little piece right here. I'm putting that on there. But I got the new floor down, the old floor ripped off. From the Studer valve, it's connected to this other bay, so I left this bay open, so it still has plenty of airflow, and started filling in from there all the way across. That's how I do the insulation. Alright, this is the build out, and it only sticks out 3.5 inches more than the other ones. Doesn't affect the door whatsoever. It's allowed to open up all the way, so that won't be a bad thing at all. Here's the floor. It didn't want to seam to itself on the 2-inch overlap that I did from the directions, but there also was in the directions how to use thin set, so as I do the tile I will glue the seam down at the same time, push air bubbles out. I wanted you guys to see this before I started throwing tile on the floor, because I won't be able to walk back in here after I tile myself out till tomorrow. But the walls are finished. Look at the perfection, and whoever drilled these holes out, they did a damn good job, huh? Look, that's where the toilet one comes out. These ones come out inside the vanity. Shazam.
Very soon, and not just on any specific holiday, but you come.
Da-da-da. Shazam. How about them apples? Alright kids, this is your BFF here. That electric socket is now over there. That switch panel is now going to fit inside the mirror. I had to rewire the box and move the box and add new wires because his wires weren't long enough. This is where I put the socket for the lights. It needed to be framed in and have a box put in, and there was no wires run. He did nothing there. Now it's all done. It's in the exact right spot. Everything is laid out perfect. Shazam. New wall. Alright, this is where everything will lay out with the vanity. That's where the plug is. The switch fits right next to the mirror. That's where the light goes. Everything's centered right off of it. Shazam. John put on the last message, he sent me a message back wondering when I would get the towel done. Well, let him know it already would have been done if I wouldn't have had to do this shit. And, you know, don't blame me. I'm the fixer. Thank me. It's fixed. I hope you're happy with this, guys. It was a fucking pain in the ass, every bit of it, like every other fucking thing in this place. I have to show it to you in the daylight, but that's after 3 washes. After a day, I'll give it a good cleaning with a cleaner. I left that open because I'm going to do the floor in there when I do the rest of this. Shazam. Alright, Lisa. I just gotta do some more to the door, tweak it out, put it back on there. There's the window. I can put corner bead on this trim like I did the guest bathroom if you want. Not a big deal. What's happening? Everything turned out really good. Everything works good. Turbo fucking flush. Shazam. Well, here's your shaker door. It looks like a little person's gonna walk out of it. Well, when I got to this house, there's nothing but a level floor, and last bad fake carpenter did a level ceiling. He did his level ceiling from the highest point instead of the lowest point of elevation. So I had to create this thing all around the edges of the house to hide it. Everything, walls, floors, everything over, doors, everything is all me. Look at that. These are the kids' bedrooms. Here's the boys' room. And then the sunlight I put in comes through there. That's an antique piece of glass. Here's the girls' room. Pretty nice. Everything, 4-panel. The master suite. Notice how all around the perimeter is a creation I've made with long 2x4s cut in 45s on all sides. Not too shabby, huh? Look at this walk-in closet. Shazam. Now notice the meticulous detail, the trim, everything. I made all the windowsills out of scrap wood. Everywhere. All the same. And this is the floor we put on top of the floor. Alright, today we're going to look at the Turbo Flush 2.0 Mega Turbo. This is John's baby. Figured I'd make a video of it, so we can look at it and never look at it again once it's covered up. Oh, and this is where I'm making my new cutting station while I'm working. It's working pretty good. Easy to clean up. Okay, right here, this will be the banister column that is right here across the front. It'll be a partition wall down along here, so this will have, you know, the one piece over top of it built into that. Okay, this will encapsulate the framing. The railings will come right up here, walk right up this banister. Same with this side here. There'll be a piling here, look at that. This is me test driving the new camera, 740 high definition. Better than the old one, and we'll test how waterproof it is later on. But here's a before picture. Of the ceiling and the walls. Well, hopefully you can see this. It's like 2 a.m. There's 1 footer, 20 inches by 20 inches by more than 6 inches deep, plus 3 inches of aggregate. I had enough to make one in the middle and one on the other side. All 20 by 20 and deeper than shit. You can see. I'm sorry about the light and everything, but like I said, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. All right.
In other words, if they say, well, I'm going to cut, our plan is we're going to cut trillions of dollars, and then Brian's going to turn around and say, well, you just gave us $6 trillion in debt. You promised you cut the deficit in half in your first term. So it only leaves them in many ways that hominem attacks. And so I think you're going to see a lot more of that, and I don't think they're going to be necessarily effective.
All right, this is as far back as I can get to get a big picture.
One of the biggest problems that Obama has is running as if he were never president before.
Check this sucker out. This is why it took me so damn long to tear this bearing structure down, which I'm going to use to reframe this wall right here tomorrow. Here's the new support structure. It's pretty dark in here now. It's going on 8 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go home, but it's all built up.
I'm a bitter person that claims to God, my religion, and my guns. I'm bitter.
Everything as I am. Now here's the bearing structure. You can tell from the different angles on the wood that Fisher really should have known that shit wasn't right and was sagging bad. I mean, look at that. It's pretty rough. But this is where I'm talking about doing a bulkhead, and we can run the joists to it just like you said and have it all sunk in the ceiling. Hopefully you can see everything good. There's 12 joist hangers, 6 on each side, and 24 different hurricane ties, all across every other alternating one, and then they alternate back this way. Alright, that's one sturdy ass Evercode mofo. Ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. Okay, this is my newest part, and all the insulation is done everywhere. Every little nook and cranny is stuffed and filled and crammed and jammed.
Look on the bright side of life.
Always look on the bright side of life. This is all the felt paper after I ran out of this wrap here, and I've gone around, through, over, and everything. Oop. So I'd say that's a pretty decent moisture barrier up in there. Like I said, I went to a lot of staples, so we're going to need a couple more boxes of staples to do the rest. And there's the insulation up in there. That's another box he left sitting there next to the brand new roll of Romex he opened up, even though there's almost a whole roll sitting right next to it. And that's the one wire he ran over there, and there's still a short one hanging from the old fan. So I'm not really sure what you want to do about that. And this is the little bit of wall that Mikey put on because there's nothing there. I've been cleaning up in here. How well you can see this with this light in here, but I've alternated lefts and rights on all of them up and down as they go to tie the two structures together. I think it's pretty damn strong. Alright, boss lady, I just figured I'd show you before I painted it. I've put all the trim on wherever it was missing, all the spots caulked, all the nail holes and all the trim and everything. About to do the first coat. The only trim I did not put on were these two pieces right here, because we need the 1x that goes across here like the rest of it for me to run it to. It's a 1x6 something, I'm not sure. It's like a true 1x though. Like that, it's not the 3/4 ones that you usually see at Home Depot, and it's like cedar or rough cut. Alright. Well, here it is after the second coat. I can still kind of see the gray, see it through the white, and still see the yellow through the trim. I mean, it's a seamless paint job, but you can still see some of the gray coming through if you look, you know, if you're me or you. But otherwise, it's a good looking paint job. But this was my question to you. Do you want me to go ahead and put another coat on everything and make it a perfect paint job? Otherwise, I'll just move on to the next thing. But you have to let me know, because otherwise I'm going to cut in around the edges and move on to the next thing tomorrow. But we can walk away from it now if you want to. Move on to the next. Just figured I'd show you. Alright, I just want you to be able to see how nice everything looks before this hurricane comes and blows the house up. No, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't. It can't blow away my stuff. This house is reinforced. Look at all these nice shady work areas. Isn't that special? I figured I'd get one at the top now that it's all finished and all the flashing's been screwed up, and I did touch up all around after I took the stuff off, the scaffold and crap. I figured just show it to you done. Looks pretty good. That other corner's straightened up and finished, and it's all done. These are the last of the spindles. I've primed and painted. As you can see on the top edges, they've all had the different miters put for the different stairwells, left or right side or square. It's all pre-cut and ready to hang. Welcome to the Fisher Ranch. There is 134 spindles primed and painted, 1.5 by 1.5 inches with a 45 taper for the bottom. Southern Yellow Pine. 134. Gotta go to Kmart, gotta get some underwear. As you can see, Lisa, I still haven't seen your Puerto Mexican landscapers around or anything. This is the Fisher Corner condom. It is 19 foot 8 inches long, averaging between 9 and 10 inches on each side of the L. Caulked, glued, painted, nailed, and screwed. All the seams are staggered all the way down. I just sat this on here, but you can see I've even glued and painted the inside corners just to add rigidity, and there's a lot of nails inside of it. But notice the seams are all staggered on all the different pieces, so it was quite fun to put together. It weighs a few 100 pounds, and like I said, it's 19 foot 8 inches long and breakable. So wish me luck putting this on the house without busting it to shit.
Wasn't so bad.
Alright. Now, there is 10 tubes of caulk.
On top of that, you had the uranium.
And lots of filler and other stuff, but it turned out pretty nice, I think.
And now Israel having to go it alone because the White House is not being supportive enough.
Pretty sharp. I still have to do that soffit stuff, but not a big deal.
Has now moved to become.
But it's all caulked and painted, and I cut in the green all around, and then I repainted everything white again.
Uranium press reports on this as well. The lower house of the Egyptian parliament is unanimously
Cut in everything.
declaring that Israel is the number one enemy of Egypt, calling for the expulsion of the Israeli ambassador and a halt
All the way up.
to gas exports to Israel. Wow. The revolutionary Egypt will never
I think it looks pretty sharp.
be an ally of the
Oops. Oh, and there's the trash pile over there. Behind the rose bushes. Told you I'd show you. Condom and cove finished. Alright kids, here's the front. This is just primer on the eaves and sealing across. Down to the other end. And this is an idea I got. This is just molding from the scrap out back. There's 3 more pieces, at least 12 foot long, so I could do a whole bunch of these column wraps if you want. And I don't know, but I think it looks pretty decent, man. I think it's pretty classy. I don't know if you want me to paint this wood across here, if I can sand and fix the railings, but you know, the rough wood looks cool, but I'm scared to run my hand across it because there's splinters and it's fucking nasty. It really should be cleaned up and painted. I could take the edges off. This column took half a tube of caulk and 2 discs of sandpaper and a few nails. Tried to tighten it up some too. So let me know if you want me to do the rest of them and if I can paint the top. I'd really like to replace this piece of wood here that's not here because it's along the rest of it. You know, it's everywhere else. And along here, I'd like to put a piece of 1x to run across. It'll hide that gap and tuck the wood up some. And I'm going to put a couple more nails in before I put at least one finish coat on here. This is just one coat and primer on this column. If you want me to keep it, I'll put one more coat on it, make it perfect, and start on the rest. Just let me know. Alright. That's what they see for the fridge. It's kind of hidden. And there's the pile now. And here's the long pieces. I'll pretty much put away. Replaced all the wood that was missing underneath, and everything on the front wasn't there, and then I added an extra strip of trim. Hopefully you can see it. Sanded every inch of everything. I don't know how bad the sun is messing with it. I can't see nothing. I've bermed everything so rain should run off a little and it's all nice and smooth and rounded everywhere. This is where I'm going to add a piece of wood across here and move the steps.
105.5 WDUV, The Dove.
Sanded and cleaned up everything, caulked in everything. I didn't do this piece of wood because I'm going to replace it since it's so damn bent when I move the steps. And I didn't do this little piece in front of the door because that's where I'm moving the steps. I just didn't sand it and paint it right there. But everything else is done over to there. And that's where the steps were. And that's where the steps are now.
Which fines people $1,000 for throwing a swing in any of the county beaches. I mean, this is the encroachment of self-tyranny. Can you believe you can't throw a football or a frisbee on a beach? What are they going to do next? Ban volleyball?
I even put little fancy corners on it.
And it's being hit. Other California news out there, trying to keep you posted on things that we discover while we are on location. You see that the poster couple for gay marriage in California.
See, didn't have enough spindles to do that last little bit on the corner there. Had enough to finish these. Didn't have enough to do either the fancy stairways. We're at a 2x. Like I said, we'll deal with that later. Hello, welcome back to this old turd. We had a short week last week. Today's Monday, and it's going to be a wordless day for me because I can't stay off the toilet. I'm feeling pretty sick. Just wanted to make a video so you guys could see the soffit on video. It's all pretty nice and straight and looks pretty fucking good. I left the strings on the side because I want to put one more coat on where I caulked up all the holes. I think I'm going to go back to the boat. I'm feeling pretty crappy today. All that's left on the upstairs is this front side here to be done, soffitted and painted. And then the cottage downstairs. And then we're back inside, I guess. Alright. Have a good one. Hey, I'm going to try to do this all in one video. There's your soffit on the corner fixed. I've been painting the siding that I'm putting up, just first coat. I'll do the second coat when it's hanging, but I'm putting it all under here just in case your sorry ass landscapers ever come by. Wouldn't be in the grass. But that's all first coat. When we order the white paint, I want you to get me 6 tubes of clear caulk. That'll save us the whole thing. We had enough red paint to do all the doors with 2 coats. I think it's looking pretty sharp. Shazam. And then we come around here to the French doors. Now, when we get the white paint, I'll paint this gray stuff white, you know, all the other molding we got to do white, and I'll do these door jambs over again. But I think it turned out pretty nice. Pretty sharp. Like I said, the gray will be white, just like the front door. Well, everything on this side is done except for one little coat I gotta do on the trim up there to finish that off. But the rest of it in the front's done. Both sides and front side of the spindles has been a couple coated.
They said they would take over doing everything, which is exactly what they did. They took over, we went through everything, and at this point in time, we had purchased a home approximately 6 years ago, and when we purchased the home, it was valued at $2,700, whatever, $275 and $1,000. And we got a really good mortgage. We got it set when we could afford it. We went along our happy way. Well, by the third time our mortgage was bought out,